You need to have a plan. You need to have a plan, and you need to have like a good plan. Because how are you going to achieve that goal? How are you going to make it if you don't have a plan? Think about it. You're not going to risk your life. You're not going to go into war without having a plan. So why are you trying to go into your life without having a plan? You must plan for it to happen. And there is such thing as over planning and over worrying about it and over stressing it. But I believe that you need to have a plan. You need to have you need not a strict plan, but a general plan. How are you going to execute? What are you going to do? Whether that be daily, weekly, monthly, you need to have a plan. What are you going to do today? How are you going to make this day better? Because if you don't have a plan, then you're going to simply wander. If you don't have a target to aim at, you're never going to hit it. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a goal, you're never going to get to there. Because how are you going to get there if you don't know what to do? How are you going to get to the top of the mountain if you don't know what trail to take? How are you going to get to that peak if you're not aware of what you need to do to get there? Like, you're only holding yourself back if you don't have a plan for it. And like, the plan that you have might not always be the right plan. That's something you have to know. And your plan can evolve. Your plan can change. But if you don't have a plan, then you're setting yourself up for failure. If you don't have a plan of how to get there, if you don't have a thought out plan, what's more likely to happen? Someone who has a well thought out plan, someone that has exact executions on how they're going to get there, what their day is going to look like, or someone that kind of just goes in, oh, let's go with the flow. Oh, let's just do this. That's not how you're going to get there. Think about it. If if you have a strict workout plan, a strict routine, say I have to do this, then I'm going to do this for 5 sets, this for 4 sets, this for 2 sets, this for 1 set, this for 3 sets. We're going to drop set this, we're going to do this, and I'm going to do this all on my leg day. Or if you say, I want to do leg press, then squats. Like, no, you need to have a plan. You need to strategize. Life is a game of strategy. There's infinite ways to strategize, but you need to find one, and you need to stick to that plan. Granted, your plan can change. The plan I had right now is very different than what it was just a year ago. It's very different than what it was 2 years ago. My plan has changed. It's changed because I have changed. And if you don't have a plan, how are you going to succeed? And you need to define what success is in your eyes, because people have different views on what success is. Success for me is completely different from success from you. Success from someone else is very different than success from another person. So why are you having the plan in the first place? What are you trying to execute? Say you're trying to lose 10 pounds. Well, how are you going to do that? What actions are you going to take? What are you going to do every day to get to that point? Are you going to run for 4 miles a day? Are you going to eat X amount of calories? Are you going to restrict certain foods? When are your meals going to be? When are you going to have lunch? What does your lunch look like? What do your meals look like? How are you going to get there? Because you're not going to risk your life at war. You're not going to go in and just completely risk your life if you don't have a plan for it. I know sure as well I would never go into war without having a strict plan of what we're going to do. How are we going to take down the enemy? And why are you not having that same approach with your life? Because people who don't have a plan are people that are likely to get what they actually want. I mean, it definitely is still possible, but if you had to choose between two people that had a well thought out, well devised plan and one that didn't, you're going to invest in the person that has the well thought out plan. Because in their eyes, they see it more. They have they know what that looks like. They know what they're aiming for. They know what they're going to get. And if you don't have a plan, you're just loping around, moping around. You're never gonna get there if you don't have a plan on how to get there. I mean, the plan won't be perfect. The plan doesn't have to be perfect. But you won't get there if you don't have a plan. And that's all I can say is just have a plan. How are you going to get there? Because if you don't have a plan, how are you going to get there? How are you going to execute? What do you need to do?